Alright, let's just wing it. So, first of all, you are alive. Suddenly, you wake up, you're alive, you're hungry, you're scared, you're cold, you're out in the nature. So, you need food, water, warmth, and rest, okay? So, you have all those physiological needs. Suddenly, you're alive and you need all these things, right? So, you go about eating stuff and not being eaten and getting rest and finding shelter and being warm. And the way to do that is through the beige mindset, okay? So the beige mindset is the one that takes advantage of the world. I'm going to be saying he and him and man as opposed to woman, etc. Or she because I'm a guy, so I'm just going to talk fluidly, naturally, let it go. Anyway, so a beige guy is trying to take advantage of the world because the beige guy is the only thing on the planet. It's just this man against the planet. You know, he's just got to survive. That's what beige is about. Now, when the beige guy sees another guy, and neither of them want to kill each other, because both of them know that it would hurt a lot if they were fighting, regardless of who won, it wouldn't be good for either of them, right? So, one of the beige guys happens to give the other beige guy some food. Cool, or a blanket, or lets him stay in his cave, literally anything, any type of compassion or generosity. That allows for the purple tribe to develop. Now, the purple tribe is the men are on the same side against the nature. So instead of one man on the planet, you have a group of people against the planet. You see, so there's a tribe of people now. So giving another person their basic needs, the law between man and nature, people helping each other out, which gives you security, which is the next need up. So you have your physiological needs taken care of by yourself as the beige person. Two beige people or a lot get together and form a tribe of purple, which gives you that security. That security with each other, kind of works out because you're helping each other out. Now, you have a purple society, okay? Purple kind of maxes out for a second. You have a purple society of all the beige people helping each other out, right? Now, somebody is born into the purple society, and security is a guarantee for them. They've never lived in a world without security because they're born into this purple society. They don't have to worry about eating and not being eaten like you had to earlier before you had this kid, right? Or however you want to put it. So this kid in the purple society decides to take advantage of other people. Not just take advantage of nature, but take advantage of other people, so he doesn't have to do any work or whatever. So that goes into red, the domination, willpower, me, that kind of place on the dynamic scale. Now red obviously kills purple. If somebody, or if, especially if more than one person, decide to go red, and just do whatever for themselves selfishly, then they will destroy that purple tribe because they'll take everything, and then everyone will be back down into beige, everyone will be back down trying to find their physiological needs, and all the security will be gone. So the red person doesn't want to lose that security. He wants to take advantage for himself, but he doesn't want to lose his security. So he kind of begrudgingly has to accept that a society is important, right? So a bunch of people who have experienced, red rebellions of the purple tribe get together and create a bunch of laws for the people, right? Some rules that the people have to follow. Once you have rules for people against people, then you have a blue society. If there's no rules for people against people, only rules for people against nature, then it's a purple society. But once red realizes that taking advantage doesn't help him out in the long run, all of them go into a blue society, which is the law between men, between humans, whatever. And how to say right, so then you have a blue society, and again somebody gets born there. All right, the blue society taps out for a second because it's the society. Everybody's working for each other, not for anything else. So somebody's born into the blue society, so they've already got their physiological needs set up, they've got their security set up, and they have people that they can trust. They actually trust their society because there's laws protecting them from both man and nature. So they belong there, right? So there's people that they trust, they belong there, there's people that they can talk to, there's a certain set of expectations for them laid on them by the culture, all right? Now, you can follow those expectations to be a good little blue citizen, but if you want more, if you don't want to be the cookie cutter, everything that everybody else already is, you want to be your own special individual snowflake, that is an esteem need. That's the next need up after belonging. That's an esteem need to feel good about yourself, to think that I'm a special snowflake and I am cool and I need to do stuff for me. Now, the blue person has learned from their culture that red is no bueno. That if they go red and just do anything they want, aka killing and stealing, whatever, criminal activity, then that will destroy the blue society eventually. So the blue person decides they're not going to go for red. There's probably laws against that type of thing anyway, so they're not going to break the law. They're just trying to be special. They're not trying to hurt anyone, right? So it's an esteem. That goes up to orange on the spiral. So this is the individual who is within the society, who needs to feel good about himself while still contributing to the society. So the person who in the orange basically is a capitalist. They're gonna try to buy and sell and make a profit. They're working within the system for their own benefit. If you read the book Five Rings, the merchant class is absolutely the orange level, whereas the farmer would probably be the blue, criminals the red, vagabonds the purple or the whatever, doesn't matter. Anyway, so yeah, the orange is like the capitalists, the merchants, anybody who wants to do something for themselves within the rules of the society without breaking the rules of the society. So, but they are still, gaining an advantage for themselves over other people. They're not putting into the society for the society's sake. They're putting into the society for their own sake, and they're taking out more than they're putting in, right? That's the profit. So when you get enough orange people, or whatever, just a smart one, you realize that, so the orange person who has now accomplished their esteem needs, now they're orange, who was born in the blue society, accomplished their esteem needs as an orange person, realizes that if too many people turn orange and just try to take advantage of the society for their own benefit, then the society will fall. Just like red kills purple, orange kills blue. It's a very similar ideal. Now, orange killing blue, a good example is, if there's a hurricane or something, people want to take advantage for their own benefit, the society has crumbled, and so everybody goes into red mode, looting and carnage just for their own thing. It's not exactly correct, but in a collapse of society, the red people win. In a functioning society, the orange people win. The blue people, the society people, never win individually. They only win as the society. So we have the orange person realizing that orange kills blue, so he decides that there needs to be a way. There has to be a way for everyone to get along great and for everyone to, be a special snowflake and have their own advantages and do anything they need to do. There's got to be something that we can do. There's got to be some sort of a dream or a goal or a hope or a wish, and that exactly gets them up to green, the next level of the spiral. Green is all about the global moral code, taking the idea of all the people are equal to me. All the people are equal to me, not just my tribe, not just my society, not just my family and the people that I trust and where I belong, but all the people. This is an understanding of the concept of politics. This is an understanding of the concept of peace in the first place, as opposed to just, individual peace or cultural peace, but actual peace. The understanding of, the dream of having world peace. Whew. Now, the dream of having world peace. So the green person, right, has a dream of having world peace. Now, this is not going to happen. The green person cannot do anything within the system of the world to achieve world peace, because all the other people are there down in orange or red or blue or purple, wherever the heck all the other people are, they're not on the green level. They're not all trying to achieve world peace, and they never will all be on the green level. At least it's not possible for for one person to create a green society within a world that is already covered in blue societies and orange people, right? So to create a green society would have to destroy something else. Who knows, right? But basically, the person in green has high hopes, and they get completely disillusioned. They get just destroyed mentally. They understand, this is what I want for the world. I want something good for the whole world. But it's just not going to happen. I personally cannot do it. It's not going to work. So, what can a person do then, That brings us a little bit sketch. I'm working on it, but that brings us to the yellow and the self-actualization thing. Let's go with the actualization. Let's go with the actualization need. So a green person who wants to save the world but is disillusioned and doesn't believe that he can desires self-actualization, to truly understand himself and understand his desires and to be able to do what he wants to do peacefully, without hurting anybody else and without being hurt, and maybe working towards the goal of a peaceful place. Maybe they still retain the moral code of their green selves, but when you need the self-actualization, that's what they're going for. The way to get that, of course, is to go up to the next level of spiral dynamics, which is yellow. So the yellow level is where you start to see all the other levels: green, orange, blue, red, purple, beige. Yellow is where you start to understand that the different types of people follow different types of needs, and therefore different places on the world that have different needs will have different kinds of people, right? So, how do I say? That's basically the path. It's basically the path up to yellow. Once you're in yellow, then you awaken as the awareness, which sees the mind and the body, which sees the needs and the maturity. It sees the body in the needs, and it sees the mind in the maturity level of spiral dynamics, right? So to separate yourself from that and to see the whole picture is to be awareness, right? So that's what yellow gets to do. Awareness. So if you think you're enlightened, and if you think you have some sort of an awakening thing going on with you, or whatever, Zen, Tao, Buddha, if you're not up to this level of maturity, understanding what's good and what's bad within a society, within, interpersonal human relationships, then you're destroying yourself, and everything you say is flawed and useless. So awareness has to come after the maturity. The problem is it can come in at any point. Anybody can be enlightened at any time. Some purple person or beige person, especially some beige person who has no sense of, basically no sense of self, right? They're just trying to eat and stuff. Of course, they'll have, awareness, as it were, but my thumb hurts so much. Anyway, where even was I? Right, so that gets you to self-actualization. That gets you to self-actualization with the yellow tier. Actualization and yellow are our first goal. The awakening of awareness is our first goal. So now you have a basic path of how that happens. So now you need to go through it and see where you are and what things you need to do and where along the path you need to go in order to get there. And once you have that, then we can actually do the next.